Right, so this is my little morning brain stack, I guess you could say. So I take it with my coffee and it just hits different. So first up is L-theanine. That just smooths out the caffeine basically, so you get all the alertness without feeling cracked or jittery. Then I throw in some methylene blue, and it's this weird little nootropic that helps with mitochondrial function. So basically it's like fuel for your brain cells. It's probably the easiest way or the simplest way to put it in layman terms. You feel sharper, a little bit more locked in. And then lastly, there's NMN, and that's basically for longevity and cellular energy. So the way I like to think of it and the way I like to explain it is think of it like charging up your body's battery at a deeper level. Altogether, it's not about being awake though, it's about being switched on, focused, and just ready to fucking go. So that's why I like to pair these with my coffee. But time to get a move on. Now, the one thing I really like about training triceps first before biceps on an arm day is I find when you train triceps, you not only, well, when you warm up triceps, I should say, and then train triceps, you not only warm the triceps up, but you actually just warm yourself up in general for biceps training because the elbows get so warmed up. And then that way you don't have to actually do anywhere near as much warm up work for biceps when you get to biceps. Whereas you do it the other way around, I always find no matter how much you train biceps, when you get to triceps, you have to do a lot of tricep warm up work. Otherwise your elbows feel like cancer. So I do like starting with the bicep exercise for that reason. Let's go working set number 1.
There's too much cardio on that shit. I'm not gonna run and do any of that shit. I'm too heavy to run. Yeah. My poor body won't like it. No.
God. Technique was not pretty on that. You know what? I just realized I haven't been using my cuff. I was wondering why this was so much harder this week. This was so damn hard relative to what I felt like last week. And it's because I'm
gripping the cable. So grip is the main rate limiting factor right here. So that, and also gripping it kind of lengthens the levers a little bit, because if you have a cuff around your wrist, it's shortening the length of your lower arm, mechanically speaking. So I reckon next set, the third final set, is going to be the best set.
That robot.
How's it going?
You always find something, right? What did you?
Again, with these, same deal as last week. It's going to be the same deal forever, for at least for the foreseeable future, I should say. And it's just a little bit less strict with these, getting a little bit of shoulder extension, shoulder flexion involved in the end range of the movement. And yeah.
I've got one of those. Not this shit thing. I've got one of those. Basically, and yeah, and I hate. I know. Like, and I can't. I'm not a rude person. So whatever they say, and I'll talk back. It's so funny. It's like, hey,
So 1 rep PR, I think. It would appear that I got excited over nothing. I just matched reps from last week, so that wasn't a PR. That was the exact same as set number 1 from last week. But I only got 7 on set number 2 last week, so perhaps there's a extra rep in the tank on this one. No. No. Now I've had a little bit of a longer rest, so I should get a PR on this.
Today was one of them. I've been lay there with a baby all day.
Yeah, come on the street, but we still tight. I'm going hard in the paint, it's a fair change. Keep my penny out, even though I never change. Nothing now, but still gonna go back. Right, hold up, baby, I'm a six up, straight, no beats up. While I fucking cook, something like this, they say like, yeah, I'm headed on a fix, and sure wanna see his turn, cause we like no.
Let's see how small I've gotten. Pump's already worn off a little bit, but that'll do. That'll. And there we have it. Home, showered, dressed, and ready to dive into meal number one, which is, I mean, pretty self-explanatory by this point in time, but I'll show it here. So there's that, and then basically 65 protein, 100 carbs, and 15 fat. So protein sludge, a 1-to-1 ratio of cacao powder and protein powder, chocolate protein powder obviously. Any other flavor with cacao powder would be pretty weird, I'd imagine. And then 150 grams of fat-free Greek yogurt, 125 grams of frozen blueberries, 5 grams of flax hemp chia, so just like a ground meal of flax hemp and chia seed, and then rice cakes, powdered peanut butter, manuka honey, and dark chocolate. Just 95% cacao dark chocolate. It's the best one in my opinion. 95%, then 85%, and then 90. Because I don't know, 90 is just kind of like a weird in between that I don't like. Whereas 95, I like it because it's a lot more, I guess I could say, bitter in taste, or I don't know if tart is the right word, but probably bitter. It's a lot more bitter in taste than the 85%, which I do like. But then 85%'s got a nice sweetness to it, whereas 90% is kind of trying, but it's failing at both, in my opinion. So yeah, they're my two go-to concentrations when it comes to dark chocolate: 85 or 95, but 95 first and then 85 second. So yeah, time to dig into this. And I'm meant to be catching up with a friend later today who's over from, well, he's not he's not Thai, but he was living in Thailand when I met him, and he's in Australia at the moment. He's in Brisbane, so I'm going to try link up with him if I can. If not, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, that'll be the plan. That's on the agenda for the day. That's basically the way I see it. And then of course the usual dinner with the fiance, X-Files and dessert. We're actually up to the first X-Files movie now, so we've managed to get through the first 5 seasons of X-Files. And yeah, basically if you look up the correct order to watch everything in when it comes to X-Files, I mean there's like a bazillion seasons. I think they're up to 13 seasons or something, and they're actually bringing out another season. So hat off for David Duchovny for keeping it real and continuing the saga. But yeah, 5 seasons. Then you watch the first movie, which came out, when was it? I think it was 99 or 2000, I think. Don't think it was 2001. Pretty sure it was 99 or 2000. But watch the first X-Files film, and then you continue watching the series after that. And then there's the second X-Files film, which you watch after, I think it's the following 3 seasons or 4 seasons. I think after season 10 you watch the second film, and then you watch the remaining seasons after the second film. So we're going to watch the first film tonight, which will be good. But yeah, time to chow down on this, turn the camera off. But yeah.